Well, it's officially the morning after and Tesla shareholders have no regrets. Of course, a lot of leftards, socialists and losers, wait, same thing, haha, I'm not even joking, are taking the opportunity to attack Elon Musk for their own personal gain, of course. But those of us not suffering from a terminal case of sand in vagitis who were also listening closely to Elon Musk's presentation at the shareholder meeting and portions of the audience Q&A may have noticed a recurring theme. Stick around, we'll get to that later in this video, but first, how are analysts and the finance media reacting? First up, Dan Ives.
Big step back, okay, just for anyone who might be confused. There's no check written out right now for $1 trillion. Sure. There's a major bar to clear. Just walk us through the targets that the board has now set for the CEO Elon Musk.
Okay, so pleasantly surprised so far. Bloomberg taking on a reasonable approach here, pointing out that there isn't a pile of $1 trillion just sitting around to be handed over to Elon Musk, and that there are extraordinarily audacious, near impossible, but technically achievable goals laid out. In other words, this extraordinary, quote-unquote, compensation requires extraordinary performance.
Take a step back, 2018, I mean, when those targets, everyone's like, there's no way Tesla would hit them, and they exceeded them. So, look, I think it just comes back to when it looks at robotics and you look at autonomous, I mean, this is the most important chapter, I think, in the history for Tesla. So you need Musk as a leader, as ultimately the key ingredient to get there. Look, you start to get to 3, 4, 5 trillion as a market cap, and also based on a lot of those sort of, targets to hit, I believe it's all on the table. I mean, these are not targets that are just ridiculous, obviously extremely optimistic, but I think Tesla is going to be able to get there as they execute.
Might be the first time I've heard Dan Ives referring to 3, 4, and $5 trillion market cap potential for Tesla. He's obviously right. They are extremely audacious, but they are achievable. To be clear, it's not just market capitalization goals, but performance metrics, operational milestones as well. From 1 million robots to 1 million robotaxis to 10 million FSD subscribers to as much as $400 billion in EBITDA, aka profits, in a single year. Extraordinary stuff. Now, I'd just like to say something. Save a series, and I mean a handful of unforeseen catastrophes stacking one upon another. It's not a matter of if, but when Tesla reaches a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and $10 trillion market capitalization. If successful, autonomy gets them a fair bit of the way there, but not over the finish line. But then, of course, we've got the Optimus humanoid robot, which is on a whole other level. And my biggest takeaway from yesterday's annual shareholder meeting, if you were to go back and rewatch Elon Musk's entire presentation at Tesla's 2025 annual shareholder meeting, the too long didn't watch is as follows. Optimus, motherfuckers. Mass production, motherfuckers. Faster than any consumer product in history, motherfuckers. Now, I know what you're thinking. Stephen, oh my gosh, you are so eloquent. Please teach me your ways. Trolling aside, let's actually listen again to some of the key moments from Musk's presentation about Optimus, motherfuckers.
Those bots are just dancing. There are no wires. Those are actual robots. The scale of Optimus, like I said, that's really going to be something else. I think it's going to be the biggest product of all time by far. Bigger than cell phones, bigger than anything. I think there could be tens of billions of Optimus robots out there. We're going to launch on the fastest production ramp of any large complex manufactured product ever. Starting with building a 1 million unit production line. That's line 1. And then a 10 million unit per year production line here. I don't know where we're going to put the 100 million unit production line. I think it's going to literally get to 100 million a year, maybe even 1 billion a year.
So on screen now, I just so happen to have some live footage of some of the gigatards who sold their Tesla stock knowing what was around the corner, seeing the last couple of years of progress with the Optimus humanoid robot and autonomy, yet still decided, you know what, better get out of this company, shit future, dump the stock, you should probably sell too. I just thought I'd go through a quick recap of what Elon Musk just said regarding Optimus. 1, the biggest product of all time by far. Yes, bigger than cell phones, by the way. I encourage people, go look at how many cell phones are manufactured and sold every year on Earth today. He also says that he believes ultimately there could be tens of billions, that's billions and billions plural, tens of billions of Optimus robots, and that this will be the fastest production ramp of any consumer product ever. That line 1 for Optimus will be 1 million units per year. This is in the same ballpark as the number of units being produced today of Tesla's Model Y, the world's best-selling vehicle. The next generation Optimus lines will produce 10 million units per year. The The generation after that, 100 plus. And yes, Elon even said maybe even $1 billion per year. Let that sink in.
You can actually increase the global economy by a factor of 10 or maybe 100. There's not like an obvious limit. Like Optimus is kind of like an infinite money glitch. I guess what I'm saying is hang on to your Tesla stock.
Well, can confirm, I do not have a humiliation fetish. I am not retarded, and I have not ever sold a single share of Tesla stock. In fact, I've been buying as much as I could for the last decade. Now, during that time, the story changed from gonna dominate EVs to gonna dominate EVs and autonomy to holy shit, a humanoid robot. That's genius. Why didn't I see that coming? Holy fuck. Next few decades sorted. Now, even if Tesla falls dramatically short of some of these more audacious goals, if Tesla never gets to 1 billion Optimus humanoid robots, but only a mere 100 million, or even, you know what, fuck it, 1% of that billion per year, if they only ever get to a mere 10 million humanoid robots per year, that would absolutely transform the company, print crazy profits, and importantly, most important of all, absolutely change the world.
Once we reach about 1 million units per year of sustained production or in excess of that, I think probably the cost of production is around $20,000 in current year dollars. Yeah, like I said, I think Optimus will ultimately increase the size of the economy probably by a factor of 10 or more. You know, next year we start production with Optimus version 3. This what you're seeing here is Optimus version 2.5. Optimus 3 is an incredibly good design. Even when we extrapolate the best case scenario for chip production from our suppliers, it's still not enough. So I think we may have to do a Tesla terafab. So it's like Giga, but way bigger. I can't see any other way to get to the volume of chips that we're looking for. So I think we're probably going to have to build a gigantic chip fab. Yeah. It's got to be done.
So at this point, unless you have rocks in your head, sand in your vag, or maybe hydrogen peroxide has somehow leaked into your brain and caused a bit of a malfunction, surely you realize that Elon Musk is extremely serious, not just about Optimus, not just about robotaxis, but massive scale, such that he's already thinking, you know what, I've had conversations with chip suppliers, we're not going to have enough fucking chips, god damn it, we're going to have to make a chip fabrication plant ourselves. Fuck my fucking life. By the way, that's the story of Musk's life. Identifies a problem, a bottleneck, tries to get somebody else to solve it, no one's going to do it, god damn it, got to do it myself. At this meeting, Musk described a chip fabrication plant, give or take 1 million chip starts per month. Round it down a little bit. That's 10 million chips per year. Now, why on earth would Tesla need to take matters into their own hands and be building a chip fabrication plant with output, initial output, once up and running, in the vicinity of 10 million chips per year? And the answer is because they're going to have 10 million products per year requiring those chips, and never mind additional products whose chips can be supplied by other companies. 10 million is a big fucking number. Today, Tesla's producing less than 2 million products that require chips. The Tesla team have identified a bottleneck and said, nah, not on our fucking watch, bitches. Let's take matters into our own hands. In short, Tesla ain't fucking around. When Musk says the fastest ramp of any consumer product ever, line 1, Gen 1, 1 million units per year of Optimus. Next, 10 million units per year. These are not delusions. These are actual targets, actual goals that have been disclosed for the first time. Do not ignore. To wrap up this rather long-winded detour, I just wanted to remind everybody, some guy with 3 first names back in September posted, bro's gonna speedrun 8.5 trillion, isn't he? And after watching Tesla's 2025 annual shareholder meeting and Musk's presentation, we have an update. Yes, he is. Back to Dan Ives on Bloomberg.
Those targets, $1.5 trillion current market cap, going up to $8.5 trillion over the next 10 years. That's one of the requirements. And that comes with a transformation of what this company actually is. Can you describe what the ambition is and how feasible it is to get there in the current iteration of Tesla?
Sure. So look, I think more and more, I mean, this is an AI, it's an AI story going forward. And I think the reality is, like, when it comes to autonomous and robotaxi, cybercabs, I think they're going to own 80% of the global market when it comes to autonomous. And I think that is sort of the future where, to put some numbers, let's say you're talking about 1.5 million, 2 million vehicles per year. Okay, you start to look at what they could ultimately do. 5, 6, 7 million when it comes to robots, when it comes to autonomous. I mean, that's, look, from a physical AI perspective, the 2 most important companies in the world, it's NVIDIA and it's Tesla. And that's why this was important, because Musk is ultimately really going to be the key driver to get there. And I think investors recognize that 75% was a huge vote of confidence. And I think basically saying, like, you're our leader, lead us there.
The commentary from the leader was interesting when he said that he wanted a big enough ownership stake in Tesla to be comfortable that the robot army he was developing didn't fall into the right hands, but not so large that he couldn't be fired if he, quote, went crazy. Why couldn't other companies involved in AI and some of the technological transformation that could lead to robot armies make the same argument? Say, we need to be in control because we don't want it to fall into the wrong hands.
No, it's a great point. But look, there's only one Elon Musk. And I think there's a recognition, especially when it comes to XAI, where I think they're going to have, call it 15, 20% ownership. But eventually, I think XAI will be a part of Tesla. So Musk needs to have that 25% voting rights because it's his view. He needs to have control given the AI future. And look, we've seen things at OpenAI and others in terms of issues that they've had. But I think for Musk and for Tesla, this is an important chapter relative to where they think they're going next.
Dan, can we talk about what's going on right now? He sold only 750 vehicles for October in Europe, in Germany. That's less than half of what he sold last year. This is a very mature market compared to the US. How bleak is it out there right now for the EV demand?
Oh, God, bro, the fun. Oh, I can't do this, man. I think I might wrap it here. I mean, they can't help themselves. Of all the things they could have discussed from the annual shareholder meeting, the extremely audacious goals and targets, the chip fab plant.
Tesla only sold 3 cars in this particular geographical region last quarter. That's really bad, right? Should investors panic and be upset and worried?
I think I figured it out, right? Here we have good cop, dumb cop, and Dan's reaction says it all. This is the next frame after this dimwit asked this question. Look at his fucking face, bro. Now, speaking of dimwits, presuming you're not one, and you actually paid attention to what we heard on Tesla's annual shareholder meeting yesterday, you realize, bro is going to speed run 8.5 trillion. Tesla are aiming for absolutely ridiculous scale, not just with Cybercab, but with the Optimus humanoid robot. Strap yourselves in. It's going to be wild. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 has been part of my daily health protocol for almost half a decade. It's packed full of vitamins and minerals and helps me fill in nutritional gaps while supporting energy, digestion, and immune function. It also has prebiotics and probiotics to promote gut health. I take my health very seriously, and so should you. Try AG1 today by visiting drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment and enjoy a free welcome kit with vitamin D3 plus K2 and AG1 travel packs. That's drinkag1.com/SMR.